What will happen if the ants get a giant city? Where different types of ants will live? Which colony will be stronger and will capture all the territory of the other ants? They will hunt, build, and also defend themselves from the invasion of barbarians who want to destroy their settlements. I will create 8 incredible locations in which I will settle ants of different species. I recently received a box from our partner, and on top there is something simply incredible inside. Oh my god! What is it? It looks like a real ant from Lego. This is a very cool bonus, and it will be a cool decoration for the ant hill. And here we have a colony of ants of the species Phaedoleiensis. I will leave a link in the description and in the comments under the video, so that you can also buy many interesting ants and ant farms from them. And also, if you enter the code ANTUkraine, you will get a discount. And minus 15% on every product in the store. Now I'm starting to make the first location, the big future city of ants. I'll create a small platform, which will consist of 2 containers that I fastened together. Later, I'll use some plaster to create a relief, on which I'll create a small nest for ants. You also need to pour some sand here, and the platform is ready. After opening the test tube, the ants immediately started exploring the new territory. But then I saw something crazy! The ant was dragging some black piece that looked like the belly of the ant queen, and it seems that one queen didn't survive the move. But these ants develop very quickly, so I decided to give them protein to feed their ant eggs. Look how the ant bites off pieces of food.
A few moments later.
But after 5 days, the ants still haven't moved to my new nest. They put even more clay in their test tube, but the water will soon run out. I decided to give the ants more motivation and I gave them syrup, but they need more time. Now meet these ants. Phaedola palidulla, close relatives of the previous colony, and so they are a little luckier, since their colony is already quite large. But today is a historic day for them, because they are getting a new house. After I opened the way to another world for them, hundreds of ants immediately started running to another dimension for themselves. All their lives they sat in a confined space, but now they got what they were waiting for so long. They are incredibly cute. Far away on the cotton wool, you can see the queen of the ants, who will soon discover new possessions for herself. They are hungry, so it's time for dinner. They found a small cockroach and immediately understood what to do. Natural genes are programmed in their exoskeleton, so that you need to drag all the prey immediately into the nest, so that others can take it away. It may look funny, but for ants this prey is incredibly important. Since one ant lives only a month, and to compensate for the extinction of the colony, it is necessary to create a lot of new offspring, which requires a lot of protein. One by one, all the food was already in the test tube, and the young colony received a new skill of organized hunting. Tetramorium bicarinatum. You understood it correctly. These will be their neighbors, a few millimeters from the side. These dark red ants settle. These predators are no less interesting, although they do not have their own kind of ant soldiers, but thanks to the unlimited number of queens in the nest that appear there regularly, they are also provided with rapid development and will create serious competition for other inhabitants of the ant. Now they do not have a direct connection to other colonies, but when everyone has equal strength, I will open access to all locations and other inhabitants in this ant place. In nature, ants meet other species every second, who live right next to their nest. Some ignore each other and other ants can attack other ant hills. Tetramorium bicarinatum. Immediately after settling, they began building a defensive nest point in which they will live. They created their own tactics and made many additional tunnels that in case of danger will allow them to move throughout the territory of their platform, and they covered the large entrance to the nest with clay, so that strangers would not get into their house. But wait, what? What are they doing? Why is this queen with wings holding a worker ant? Maybe they just didn't share the syrup. Meanwhile, another colony is also not lagging behind in development. They have brought out new workers and also built their nest better. And it's time to open a new territory for these inhabitants. A giant tower of Babel. I connect 2 ant hills with wooden sticks, and the ants get access to new opportunities in this territory. Fresh food appears, but who will be the first to discover it? On the horizon, a tetramorium is visible, which is already climbing to conquer new territories. And after a while, they find my gift. It turns back, and after a few seconds, dozens of others follow its pheromones. One ant is able to lift a weight, a couple of dozen times heavier than it by The other colony understands that it is necessary to create a defense for the nest. They improve the ant hill and send the first scout ants, who also climb to the tower. But after some time, the same tetramorium appears on their territory. This is the first contact of two different ant colonies in a long time. They understand that this is not just a meeting, but the future confrontation of two giant empires. But in the meantime, another competitor appears for the fight in this game. A new location and new ants that have super abilities. Their feature is that they are extremely small. After opening their test tube, they immediately started climbing wherever they wanted, but a day later they settled in the nest. Just look at what big bellies they have. It means that the colony is in abundance and has large reserves of useful substances. In the ant city, the last final locations appear with giant capsules in which cockroaches live. It's time to put everything in its place and connect the giant ant city into one. But not everything is as simple as it seems. Up in the clock right on the wall live real barbarians, Vikings or monsters. You can call them whatever you want, but that doesn't change the fact that there are several thousand of them and they have giant soldiers. And yes, they will be here soon. The first individuals have started finding food and immediately dragging it to their nest, while the others are already close. They have already come to the tower, and the first contact between other ant civilizations may soon take place. They have started to empty all the syrup storage and supplies of other colonies. After some time, I saw an ant that didn't have a pair of legs and it was dragging a cockroach. Just look at it. This ant is damaged, but it is dragging food to its nest with all its might, because it is loyal and will provide for its offspring and queen until the end of its days. It's just incredible. A few days later, these ants attacked other ants and took away the giant prey for themselves, which was on their territory. A colony of small ants managed to move to another place. After this incident, I decided to disconnect all connections between the platforms, since it is too dangerous for other civilizations. Now, all that remains is to wait for the development of all the ants, and for each of these colonies to create its own giant empire. I put all the ants in a safe place, and now they can develop peacefully without the invasion of strangers. Thank you for watching. See you soon.